All right, guys, we are back today. So we're going to talk about XLM, and this is going to be the most important video that I've done by far. And it probably will be the most important video I'll do. I need you guys to stick around the absolute whole time because there's information on here that you definitely need to hear. And if I were someone and I came across it, I would be really excited to hear some of this information. So quickly, we're going to go over what XLM will do and then how it will produce in the world. So let me look at my notes real quick here because I oftentimes have them with me so I don't get off on a tangent. So XLM is used to pay tiny transaction fees, prevent network spam, and help people and banks send money across borders quickly and cheaply. So pretty straightforward. A little redundant, but it's going to send money quickly, cheaply, and it's going to work across the globe, wherever you may be at, no matter where you are. So very important just to grasp the definition there. And then I wanted to give a little introduction so we can get into this. So when I was in college, I took a critical thinking class, and my teacher at the beginning of the year said, if you guys use the word think or feel, you get lettered a whole grade. So if you had a B, you drop down to a B. If you have an A, you drop down to a B. So and so forth, B to a C. So if you even use it one time, think or feel. You can't say think, you can't say feel, it has to be evidence. So that's what we're going to be kind of outlining our conversation today, because there's not going to be any thinking or feeling, I think, after I'm done today talking. I hope you guys can grasp the whole video. It's going to be a little bit longer, but not an hour, not 30 minutes. I think it'll be somewhere in the 15-minute range, but let's get started. So I looked up first what the total real world assets are in the globe, and it's I found it to be $1.8 trillion. But when I started this little research, I asked ChatGPT to break down all of the asset cryptocurrencies working with the Stellar network, because Stellar will be moving the money. So they're acting like a company that moves the money for all the cryptos that they'll be working with, which is anything that has an asset, tokenization, anything that says asset, tokenization, market, infrastructure, words like that. You'll target XLM as being the one that's going to move their transactions. And of course, it's very, very small fees and very, very quick. So that'll be, again, the outline of what we talk about. But then when I went on a ChatGPT, it corrected me. It said, you're not correct in 1.8 trillion. It's actually 1 quadrillion. So I said, so Chat, can you give me the information on how each of the ISO crypto coins, how they will be valued based on functionability, operability, volume, and overall just what it will do. And I got some crazy information back, guys. This is not a hype video or a channel. I'm giving you guys information based on numbers, and how I did give ChatGPT all the information on how all the coins operate and what they do, how much volume they have. So it broke it down for me. And here's some of the numbers you guys might find a little bit surprising. And again, as we go into the discussion, I want you guys to keep critical thinking in mind. Don't think, don't feel, don't, oh, I'm connected to this crypto. Oh, I feel this way. Oh, I feel that way. There's no feeling. Guys, this is moving real operability in real time with money. And XLM Stellar network is going to move that money across the globe. So keep it in mind. So I'm going to break down every single crypto. I'm going to stop for a second and I'm going to give it real clear. So XLM, its supply is 31 billion XLM coins. That would be, if all this money was moved, and we're talking if it was all moved to all these ISO coins that we've already talked about, there's 31 billion in supply for XLM. It would be $2.90. XLM, or XDC, excuse me, it would be a supply of 16 billion, which would be $5.60. Chainlink supply 680 million, $132 a piece. HBAR supply 42 billion, $2.15. ALGO supply 8.8 billion. That would be $10.20. Let me move to my next bit of notes here. Just give me a second. I can't remember all these things, so we gotta bear with me for a second. Quant supply 15 million. It would be estimated at 6,000 a piece. ADA or Cardano supply 36 billion. It would be $2.50. Flare supply 68 billion, $1.30. Casper supply 14 billion, $6.40. IOTA supply 3.9 billion, $23. XPR supply 11 billion, $8.20. XEP supply 18 billion, $5. DAG Constellation supply 3 billion, $30. ZBEC supply 85 billion, $1.05. Ondo supply 3.2 billion, $28. LCX supply 950 million, $95. Metal supply 67 million, $1,340. XVG supply 16.5 billion, $5.45. So guys, this is if it's equally distributed, not even taking into account the tiers of how important each asset is. So I don't want you guys to get locked into it, because think of it this way. If you say they want to end up moving it all into just one coin, and everyone's like, oh, this coin's the one, this one's the one. So say they do it. Say they move all of the money, they redistribute the money into one coin. Okay. So say if you don't have that coin, then you wasted all your money and you're out, right? But say you distributed it across all of these cryptos in the ISO, which are super valuable, right? So say you buy just a little bit of everything, all of them, right? So say you buy a little bit. So say if all that money shot to just one crypto, you would still make a lot of money, right? You wouldn't miss out. But here's the critical thinking that I have when I think about it. And again, you can't say think, you can't say feel, right? But here's the thing. If they were going to just make all of these companies important and they were all going to have money and one coin wasn't going to rule them all, then you're not going to lose. There's no losing. You are the winner. You're the winner of everybody that says that one's right or that one's right. What about them all being right? So I'm not telling you that's the answer. I'm telling you that's the way you come out of this thing successful. I'm not trying to lead you guys down a Bitcoin rally or an XRP rally or an XLM rally or a Canton rally or a whatever crypto there is. I'm not telling you to put all your money into one, because that's stupid advice. I would never do that. I think there's balance in all things. There's balance in a diet. There's balance in exercise, not over exercising. There's balance in, work and play. There's balance in everything in life. So why would there not be a balance in this? So yeah, say they went to one. Okay, so then you got them all, and then that one won, and you have that one. Guess what? You're way better off. You didn't lose money. The money that you're putting in now, it's minuscule to what it will be worth. So you're going to win regardless. There is no losing. You can't lose. There's no losing. There's no chance of losing. So think about that when you guys are making your decision on what you invest in, because if you have all of them, you're a winner. That's it. No matter how much of it you have, you're a winner. You won. You came out on top, and everybody else said this one's going to be it, and you're going to go, okay. But say they do use balance, and again, XLM will tokenize every asset, every infrastructure, every business, everything, real estate, everything. So it will even tokenize Bitcoin. It will. It will tokenize every single asset. Bitcoin's an asset. That's what it is. So there you go. There's your answer. So if you guys think that there's one that rules everything, it doesn't. There's not one that rules really anything in this world. So there's your answer for that. And if you think about balancing it out, you're getting the best advice you can get on this whole movement of money, where we're going from fiat cash currency to digital currency. This is your big opportunity, because the all of the cryptos are down. They're all down. You can buy them all now for, you guys are getting a super deal. And you have to sacrifice, half a year or a year of your life. You can't go out on the weekends all the time, or you can't eat out every single day at work. Big deal. I've made sacrifices doing this myself, and I can tell you it's going to work. I'm telling you, with cash, it's got to give, and it's going to give. And when it does give, you want to be on the other side of that conversation. So finally, I'm going to go into a few things here at the end. Let me grab my last bit of notes here. So I'm glad you guys, hopefully you're still sticking with me, because this is the most important video I've put out, because XLM will tokenize every single asset, infrastructure, business, university, car dealership, everything, guys. I don't know if you guys are grasping how important this is. They are going to connect all of the infrastructure, crypto coins, the assets, the businesses, everything that has a word tied to it that says business, infrastructure, asset, tokenization. That's going to be connected with XLM moving that money, making that transaction happen. So real quick, I'm going to go over again what everything does. So real simple, really, really, really simple. XRP, cross-border bank settlement. XLM, payments, stablecoin, tokenization, assets. Canton, financial infrastructure. There you go. Link, data, or Chainlink, data and interoperability. XDC, trade finance. Okay, trade finance. Ondo, real world assets. Okay. Quant, interoperability. Okay. HBAR, enterprise. Another way of saying business, right? ALGO, payments and tokenization, real estate. IOTA, machine economy. Cardano, general blockchain infrastructure. There's another infrastructure right there, guys. COREUM, institutional asset. And we'll go over COREUM later. I'm doing that after XRP, so there's a reason why I'm doing that. Flare, data and interoperability. LCX, regulated tokenization. Okay. DAG constellation, data infrastructure. Casper, enterprise blockchain, enterprise business, right? ZBEC, payroll and payments, right? Sologenic, and we'll go over that later after XRP, just like COREUM. Solo, tokenized assets. Okay, interesting. XPR, payments and identity. Metal, financial services. Okay, financial services, meaning how money moves around. Okay, XLM, right? Stellar. XCN, blockchain infrastructure. Infrastructure, business, right? And Linea, Ethereum scaling. So Ethereum is an asset. So again, Linea, There it goes. It's going to work with the Stellar network. So guys, I'm not trying to be facetious or rude, but this is laid out. XLM is the network that will move the money and move the transactions across a bridge. Like we talked about earlier, it's a bridge where all of them connect. All of them will connect based on working together the way they operate. It's all about operation, right? How do they function? What do they do? What's their job? So finally, ChatGPT gave me a little tidbit at the end, and I didn't ask for some of this stuff. It gave it to me. I mean, I asked detailed questions, but then it just unraveled information. And guys, this is not just made up. This is real stuff based on information I've given about all of these cryptos to give me what it gave me on the other end. And it said tier 1 ISO cryptos, and it will be XRP, XLM, XDC, IOTA, Algorand, HBAR, Quant, and Cardano. So I want you guys to critically think about all of this stuff, because basically XLM is going to move the money in the world. That's what it's going to do. It's going to move the money. So if you have anything in infrastructure, business, tokenization, any of that, any of those words that you guys hear, you guys are set. And don't buy just one crypto. It's really setting yourself up to fail, because if they want to do one thing, they're going to do it. If they want to do the balanced situation where they balance it out to every single one, then you're good. You're good either way. There's no missing. And finally, the last little bit of notes, and I didn't put it on my notes, but I remembered it in my head, and I said, oh, that's interesting. So it didn't even, I didn't ask for this or anything, and it told me. It said, why have you not considered SHX Stronghold as being one of the ISOs that team up with XLM? It's definitely going to. And I'm like, oh wow, it just told me. So SHX, it's a crypto we've gone over before. It's another video you guys can watch. And there was another surprise crypto it gave me, and I didn't ask for it. And we will be going over that in the future, guys. I will be probably doing that on Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday, sometime in the beginning of the week, but I'll let you know. I'll give a post, and you guys will have an update on learning about this one that said, why is this not part of your balance sheet? And I'm like, oh, wow. I don't think I've ever heard of this crypto. And that's what I'm saying. When you guys run across information, make sure you comment and let me know. Like, have me research it, because we're here to help each other. We're not here to have all the answers. But what XLM is going to do is it's going to tokenize every single asset in this world, regardless, whatever it is. It's gonna move that money. It's a payment system. That's what it does. So when you understand the basic operability of the machine that operates the transaction, which pushes out the crypto coin or the token, and you guys know what the answer is. You're like, oh, so that's going to do all of that in that regard, and that's going to do all of that in that regard. So then you start figuring it out, and then when you have a balance, you're not scared. There is no fear, because you have everything set to go. You're not going, well, I hope. I'm not like a hope channel. I'm not pumping hope. I'm not pumping XRP. I'm not pumping Bitcoin. I'm not pumping XLM. I'm not pumping anything. I'm telling you what they're going to do. And it's proof that I found. And I believe is they're going to lay it out in a balance, because they're not going to just make something and then have it lose money. It's not going to happen. So you guys can count on it happening. I would say 99% sure it's going to happen. So I definitely appreciate all your guys' time. Please do subscribe to the channel, like the video, send it to all your friends and family. This video is the most important one I've put out yet. Definitely rewatch it and think about it. Use critical thinking. You guys have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon.